Madhya Hridayakashe Sadanandamayo Guruhu Udetu Satatam Samyak Ajnana Timirarunaha. Hari 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 Om Tats. Jaya Guru, Jaya Guru. Hari Hari. Hari Om Tats. Jaya Guru. As all of you know, we have a very alarming situation now, I should say. The second phase of Corona seems to be merciless. One cardiologist very close to us from Delhi was saying that how the Corona attacks, it is very difficult to say, we don't know. It is something totally inexplicable. The damage is very serious and it is easily done. Everybody will have to be very careful. See, in our own panchayat, in our district, Thrissur district, the collector has issued special orders, especially under the Disaster Management Act. Using the special powers he has handled the situation on a war footing. Our ashram is situated in Parlam Panchayat, in Thrissur district. They have set up, taking a school for the purpose, a kind of a mini hospital there. Many volunteers have come. The Panchayat requested it to supply them some medical items like that PPE kit, gloves, mask, oximeter and other items. We procured all of them. It was not easy. Supplies are not available. And we have delivered it to them this morning. Volunteers are there in ambulance from different wards. The patients, whenever they are reported to be, they are carried to the hospital there. Volunteers are looking after them under the directions of the health center doctor. And the whole panchayat, section 144 has been declared, and it is declared as a containment area. Nobody can come in and nobody can go out. It's very, very difficult. Now people are telling me, Swamiji, we are all very much concerned and agitated about the whole affair. We would like you to give us a kind of a message which will be helpful to us to find some peace, stability and poise. My dear souls, what I have to tell you is, we are living upon an earth which does not belong to us. We are living in a world which is not ours. We are living in the world, that's all. And we are born not because of us or at our dictate. Let us accept the whole world is a fact accompli before us, and we are living in such a world. If at all, its reins are held by providence, and providence alone will have to find answers. But in many matters pertaining to the human kind, nature and God have gifted us with intelligence, the power of understanding, the power of thought, the power of speech, so that we can share our ideas, needs, etc. with the others. In every matter concerning human life, we must be able to employ judiciously our mind and intelligence. Mark my word, judiciously. We are not using nature properly. We don't understand that the nature has to survive and be there for countless generations to come. So we are extracting so many things from the earth which cannot be replenished by us. Even the sea water for about 10 kilometers and more are completely damaged by us. Only where a few humans are there, this damage occurs. So is it not time for us to think about, can we not be more discreet in the matter of handling nature's resources? There is a plastic island formed. I think it is about 360 kilometers radius or so in one of the oceans. This plastic is not produced by nature. It is produced by the human. Whenever we try to manufacture something, we should also be aware of the consequences of the manufacture. And whatever adverse consequences are there, we must be able to look after them and produce the material not spoiling or contaminating nature, namely earth, water, air, etc. Now, so far as this pandemic is concerned, I don't think you can suddenly say it is man-created. Even if it is man-created, why should man create? The tendencies in the people are also instilled by nature to begin with. So every one of you should look at the situation as not as a situation which is a misfortune for the individual or the family. It's a situation that has engulfed the whole community, the whole human mass, human community. So understand the universal character of it. Only when the mind expands to embrace and include this universal nature, we will have the strength of mind to face it. People are reporting to us, youngsters, 23, 25-year-old people, they are also suddenly dying. So the second phase of attack of corona seems to be merciless and very powerful. Now to face any situation whatsoever, what we need is a presence of mind. I would like to put it as a confidence. Confidence. You must have confidence in your own mind and intelligence. You must have confidence in the administration that under which we are all functioning. We must have confidence in our country. I heard a doctor giving a very important address. He said, our requirements are 1.5 lakhs of nurses for the next year, and more than 1 lakh doctors we need, and paramedical staff further also we need. Now, no country in the world except India will be able to meet the challenge and rise to the occasion, he said. We have been able to produce vaccine in a fairly reasonable length of time. We also exported freely to some people. So I think India is doing very well. But in spite of it, there will be some shortages and deficiencies. To any extent, we think we cannot always be planning fully. Human intelligence is not full. It has got deficiency, no doubt. So we are suffering from oxygen supply. Though enough arrangements had been made several months back to start oxygen plants in every state, somehow it has not been done, most probably. So there are errors and slips. Let us not blame anybody now. Our role should be to contribute to help in facing the situation in any manner. Constant criticism will not work. We should not demoralize the government. We should not demoralize the health team, the doctors and the others. Who will be able to handle all this? In an ICU unit, a nurse can spend only maximum 4 hours, the doctor was saying. But they are spending not 4, 8 and even more hours. Let us understand that we have to be careful and we have to be considerate, compassionate, appreciative of all the troubles that the medical staff and paramedical staff are taking. Let us encourage them, support them, strengthen them, give them great support, saying that we appreciate your service. Everybody should contribute. This is not a time for mudslinging, not at all. We don't know how long this pandemic is going to continue. At least for a year, we can certainly think of for the time being. So elaborate arrangements will still have to be made, and many holes have to be plugged. Many facilities have to be forethought and made for the purpose. The state governments and the central governments will have to pool their resources, think of cooperation, coexistence, co-functioning and the like. So far as people are concerned, everyone must have the confidence. This is not our world. The pandemic is not controlled by us. We can take some safeguards to prevent ourselves from being assailed. That's all. Even that, see, we find in so many meetings and the other places, people are not wearing masks. What can be done? When there is a law and an order, we must always abide by it. The laws are to enable the human society to coexist with freedom, with liberty, and also with sufficient security for everybody. As the President of India has his security, the President should ensure that every citizen of the country is a President and he must be given sufficient security. This should be the idea of a democratic functioning. Are we conscious of all these things? Now, human efforts are made, I agree. And all these efforts are material efforts, scientific efforts, physical efforts, I agree. But in the human effort, can we not have a scope for some kind of a providential element also? For example, if all of you sit together and start chanting, especially a mantra meant to give us support, relief from this pandemic, don't you think that will also be effective? If the knowledge evolved by the intelligence and the mind can be effective in various walks of life, the same mind and the intelligence can evolve some spiritual efforts also. If you employ those efforts, they can also be very effective. I am one who thinks very greatly about it. Very greatly about it. Dasharatha did not have a son. Even after having married 3 times, he did not have a son. Finally, there was nobody to inherit the throne. He consulted sage Vasishtha and decided to perform Ashwamedha Mahayaga. After performing the Ashwamedha Yaga, all the 3 women conceived and they had 4 children. Whereas he was denied even 1 son. The mind can act on matter. The mind can act on matter, but normally it does not. In fact, all the material civilization is the effect of the mind and the intelligence of man. All the buildings are constructed by the calculations done by the mind and the intelligence. The entire branches of science and knowledge are evolved by the mind and the intelligence. Why are you underestimating them? So when physical human efforts are ineffective, then we can resort to some metaphysical efforts also. Why is it that no people think about it? Think about it. I am sure that if people are ready, subject to my health, I am prepared to collaborate and even give leadership if necessary to evolve a kind of an austerity measure by virtue of which, say, a particular area will be relieved from corona and will be insulated from it. Are you prepared to listen to me? Earlier I circulated that Mahamrutyunjaya mantra should be taken as a tool. Like Pashupadastra Arjuna got, and so many other astras and shastras people had. This Mahamrutyunjaya mantra is a wonderful weapon, wonderful astra. All of you should join together. It can be individually chanted. It can be chanted in family, but when the family chants it, all the members should assemble and they should together do it. Half an hour we are chanting together. We are doing an austerity of this Mahamrutyunjaya mantra. All the members in the ashram, we are assembling together with sufficient social distancing, etc. And with a lot of focus, concentration, austerely we chant the mantra. What is mantra? It is a mental formula. And it is a mental formula aimed at delivering a particular objective. You can evolve a mantra for any purpose whatsoever. In arithmetics, mathematics, etc., we have got so many formulae. Similarly, this is a mental formula. So we are living in your world, my dear Lord, and in the world we are now assailed by a pandemic called Corona. It is something that we are not able to handle. Don't you want us to live? Humanity is not evolved by us. Humanity was evolved by you. We all belong to nth generation. So, does humanity have to live? What is your intention? If that is the case, you will have to do something extraordinary to save us and give us security. With this intention, all of you sit together and pool your mental intellectual resources. That pooling of the mental intellectual resources is called mantra japa, yaga, yajna and other things. Why? It is a human act. It is a human act. When I start invoking God, why do you think of it as a religious performance? It is a human performance. He feels that his ordinary mind and intelligence are not sufficient. He wants to invoke something greater in magnitude. So he thinks of a universal presence. When he thinks of a universal presence, correspondingly, his mind also becomes universal. Why? Ya matihi sa gadir bhaved. Whatever you think assiduously about, that the mind becomes. Suppose you start thinking of a mustard. Your mind will become mustard measure. Suppose you think of a mountain, you will become mountainous. Suppose you think of the endless sea, you will become sea-like. Similarly, you think of the infinite space, you will also have an infinite effect in your mind. Now, our no government, no organizations also are trying to think about this possibility, divine possibility. I feel very sorry. As a person, a Paramahamsa Parivrajaka order I belong to, I cannot be more interested in these matters. We are there. The code for us is Bandhura Anamatam Sadam. Those people who come and prostrate before you, act as a friend and a guide for them. Don't go on announcing that I shall do, come. That kind of an invitation we cannot give. It is below our austere dignity. It should not be done. So what I want you to understand is, we have to face this crisis. And we have ample resources, not in the body, but in the mind and the intelligence. So keep your mind confident. Understand that your mind has inestimable resources. Resources are infinite of the mind and also the intelligence. Because the infinite soul is finally what you refer to as I. So be confident. Get properly examined in time. Take the medicines necessary. There are some Ayurvedic prescriptions which they say are amply sufficient to meet the corona. All these are available to us. So don't be blind. I would like to exhort all of you to take up the whole mission in a very austere, dedicated and committed manner. You must have the confidence. After all, medicines are taken by the body, and the body is the one which builds up immunity, generates white corpuscles, etc. So the medicines are helping the body to cure. So body is the first and the last factor. And this body is not made by anybody that you can think of. The body was shaped within the mother's womb. And the power to shape it was inside the cell, the initial cell. The mother has not contributed except taking food and nourishment. The father has not contributed. Neither the earth nor the air, nothing specially has contributed in the shaping of our body. So in our body, this biological aggregate you find, so far as I am concerned, I find a spiritual profundity in this body. Medicines are only to help body to build up immunity. If this principle you understand, why don't you invoke the mind to think in a greater manner, in a deeper manner, in a more inclusive manner, and then harness your inner unknown resources. Feel, I shall be cured, I shall be cured. I will resort to medicines. Whoever writes to me, I say, let me know the progress of the disease. Do this, do that. In very rare instances, I also give them a mantra. Normally, the mantra should be given in a very sublime ceremonial atmosphere. But it is not possible. So I tell them, I will call them and then say, have nobody by your side. You take a piece of paper or a notebook and a pencil. And what the conversation between us, nobody should hear from your end. And sometimes I communicate a mantra also. What do you mean by a mantra? It is a deliberate thought. Deliberate thought. May I be cured. May I be relieved. May I be relieved. You say it, you assert it. If your hand has got power, the mind has got far superior power. The intelligence has got still superior power. And the most superior of all is the soul that you have, which you refer to as I. Nobody says the body is I. Everybody says body is mine. So the body, you are not the body. You have a body. Who tells you that you have a body? Does the world tell you? Does the earth tell you? Does water tell you? Air tell you? Fire tell you? Space tell you? No, no, no. It is within ourselves. The source of knowledge is within ourselves. That tells me that I have a body. So I only have a body idea in me. I don't have a body. Only the body idea made by the mind is there. What do you think of the inside of man? The whole mystery of creation is within your body, my dear souls. You cannot find anywhere else the mystery of creation. It is within your own body. Your own body. So have Himalayan confidence. Have special confidence. Special. Be infinite in your mind and the intelligence. Take to the necessary disciplines, safeguards. Get treated whenever it is necessary. Ayurvedic items also are there which are very effective. I prescribe that also sometimes when it is possible. But many people say we are taken to the hospital and we cannot take any Ayurvedic drinks. And all of you should be very helpful to the others. Suppose in a family all people are sick. What can they do? They may not be able to cook food. When you come to know, help them. Help them. Send them the food. See, man needs the help of others in times of distress, in times of crisis. So this is an occasion for everyone to become more and more selfless, more and more universal, more and more relying upon God providence and elevate their plight. Many are writing to us, this pandemic has done immense good because we cannot exit from the doors of our house. So we remain there. We listen to you. We start reading Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, Srimad Bhagavatam and other texts. And our whole life has changed. Some people who are smoking, they have stopped smoking. Some others have left some other bad habit. And everybody is becoming good. Now this is a lesson they could not learn earlier. The pandemic was to be there to make them understand something slightly better in human life. So I am very sure, be confident, be confident. Do not lose heart at all. At the same time, be humble, be humble. Understand that the whole thing, it is engineered by providence, the whole world. The earth is revolving, not because of you and me. The sun also is revolving. Everything is in its own orbit, moving. The whole thing is sustained by something we are not able to easily grasp and explain. So this is what I have to say. Our ancient thinkers have evolved a number of mantras. This Mrityunjaya mantra has got a power, a twofold power. It is primarily to save people from death. Mrityor mukshiya ma amrtad. Liberate me from death, but not liberate me from immortality. Suppose there is an old man lying, suffering and suffering and suffering. There is no scope for life for him, but still the suffering continues. When it is like that, there are some places, even temples, some special priests are there. You go and report the matter to them. So they will start chanting and using this Mrityunjaya mantra, as a result of which the man's life will be easily terminated. Only in extreme cases of sickness, where the family members are very much saddened and they feel the suffering is so much, we want some kind of a relief. That also this Mrityunjaya mantra can do. Otherwise, it is meant for saving people from primarily death and suffering of that kind. So we are chanting this Mrityunjaya mantra for the sake of this panchayat. I first told Ma, I will go around the boundary of this panchayat early in the morning. I have got my own way of austerity. I need not always speak about it to the others. Ma said, don't go. Meanwhile, we heard that they have declared complete containment here. So that scope was taken away. So I am a person, my dear souls, who thinks very positively. My God is not an idle God. He is extremely watchful, extremely sentient, extremely concerned. But He will not go uninvited anywhere. My dear humanity, do you have a suffering? Do you think you can cure it? Then cure it, I shall be happy. If you are unable to cure it, what is your answer? I don't want you to be in a despair. I don't want you to have a retreat. Understand that the universe is not supported by you. The earth is surrounded by air. Can air support the earth? Tell me. And your building is resting upon such an earth. So understand that there is a power of sustenance which sustains the whole planetary system. Everything including space. Now you look to it and demand whatever you want. Demand whatever you want. Either you beseech, supplicate yourself, or you can even demand and order, I am available. Are you prepared to heed it? And then suddenly you say, why did God do this? Why did God do that? In an instance of fight, battle, don't you think so many soldiers die? How many will be dying? Even in our borders, how many have died? For the existence of the country, border security is necessary. And if the neighbors are not proving to be reasonable and cooperative, automatically strife will be there. And these are all facts and compulsions of life. That is why we speak of 4 communities. And one of them is the Kshatriyas. The Kshatriya means he has got the Kshatriya spirit. He doesn't want to live in an ordinary manner. He wants to gain and enhance his valor and demonstrate it. Anywhere and everywhere he is ready to go and make sacrifices of his own body. So that Kshatriya spirit is there. So all these are matters you have to do. So don't lose heart, have confidence. Whatever comes and goes, even if some people happen to die, you should not lose your hope and confidence in life. You can shed tears, express your sorrow, go on lamenting for 2, 3, 4, 5 days, I don't mind. But you must have the confidence. You must have the belief in your own life and the lives of others. We are all born to live. We should live reasonably well. And I think we have got the ways of doing it, especially India, a holy country. Whatever we have been able to do during this period, I think it has been very creditable, We have been able to manufacture 2 vaccines also. Everything has gone off well, but still some pinpricks are there. We have to be careful. After all, we are so many states. Each state is independent in terms of federalism. To which extent this federalism can be employed, and when the sense of unification should be asserted, is a point that all of us should know. So I think one has to be very careful. And mistakes occur when several people are there. It happens. So conflict is a part of human life, and the conflict can sometimes cause colossal destruction. Amidst all these things, the believer has a way. The confident has a course. The hearty, the benevolent heart, it has always a way for it. Samvedyavarjitamanuttamamegamadyam samvitpadam vigalanam kalayan mahatman hridyeva kalanarahita kriyam tu kurvan agartrapadametya shamodidashri. Kurvan agartrapadametya shamodidashri. Hari Om Tats. Om